Greetings once again, dear friends. Radical Dragon back once again with another Shaw Brothers unboxing, and this time from all the way down under. Seems that Imprint Asia have decided they will also jump on the Shaw Brothers bandwagon, and I've kind of brought out a bundle of initially 3 releases with a few more in the works that we'll get to later on in the video. But this was their first batch of 3, and a pretty odd mix of titles that they've kind of gone for straight out the gate. Only one of the 3 that have I seen, which is the first one here, The Monkey Goes West, directed by Ho Ming Hua, which is a really kind of great, quite speedy telling of the Journey to the West story, featuring Monkey, Pigsy and Sandy. The story would be very familiar to anybody who saw the old kind of Monkey Magic TV show here in the 1980s, if you're in the UK, the Japanese series that was based on the Chinese mythology, but a pretty great kind of fantasy. It's a little bit of martial arts in it, but it's really more of a fantasy movie. And we also get probably the most kind of straight up kind of martial arts traditional Shaw Brothers style movie. This is Vengeance of a Snow Girl, directed by Lo Wei. And then lastly, another weird one is The Snake Prince, I believe directed by Lo Chen and starring Tai Lung, and this is The Snake Prince from 1976. So we'll take a little look at the 3 and see what you're getting inside the box. They do have another actually box set planned in May, which they're calling Shaw Shock Volume 1, which is going to contain Oily Maniac, Seeding of a Ghost and Sex Beyond the Grave. Oily Maniac and Seeding of a Ghost both released here in the UK by 88 Films. Sex Beyond the Grave, I'm not too sure if it's had a release before. They're also putting out 1983's Portrait in Crystal, and I think there is another batch which also comes with The Lost Bladesman, which is not a Shaw Brothers movie, it's a Donnie Yen movie, but if you get them all together you get a bit of a deal, which is what I did with these 3. So we get a plastic out of the way, and we're kind of getting a reversible slip. No, we're not. We're getting an alternate image here. Extras wise on this, we are getting an audio commentary by Sam Dagan, which will be pretty cool to hear. Sam's commentary is always absolutely first class. Journey to the West, Folklore to Film, an interview with film historian Paul Foneroff, archival interview with director Ho Ming Hua, and archival interview with actor Yu Hua, both from the incredible archives of Frederic Amberzine, and we're getting a Mandarin trailer as well. For those people that have seen Come Drink With Me, you'll recognise the chap playing Monkey, that is Yu Hua. He was the kind of the drunk character in Come Drink With Me, who helped out our main kind of heroine. That's The Monkey Goes West. Next up is Vengeance of a Snow Girl. Nice, so these are all coming with slipcases. Not too much Shaw's branding. We get a little Shawscope, tiny little banner at the bottom of these 2, and then there's a wee more traditional Shaw's logo at the bottom of that one, but nothing on the spines. Inside here again, no reversible cover, just getting a still from the movie inside. And extras wise for this, we are getting an audio commentary by Ian Jane and film scholar Luke White on Vengeance of a Snow Girl featurette, and then some more treats from Frederic Amberzine's archives. We're getting an archive interview with Ku Feng, the late great Ku Feng, who sadly just recently passed away. R.I.P. to Ku Feng, who's kind of one of the all-time greats, and an archival interview with actress Lisa Chow Chow. And then last but by no means least, the bonkers looking Snake Prince, which looks very much like a fantasy musical with a little bit of martial arts thrown in, which is not a sentence that I find myself saying that much, but the trailer looks pretty insane, and there was a good deal to be had if you got all 3 titles together, and it made sense to kind of ship a few titles all the way from Australia down to here. So for the Snake Prince, again, we're getting image from the film inside, and we are getting an audio commentary this time by David West, the author of Chasing Dragons, an introduction to the martial arts film, Be Polite, the Myriad Delights of the Snake Prince analysis by film scholar Wayne Wong, and an archival interview with Lee Mayer, the former editor of Shaw Brothers Southern Screen magazine, again from the incredible archives of Frederic Amberzine. So pretty stoked that they've got Fred involved. His huge, massive archive of interviews that he's done over the past 20 years are always an absolute treat, and kind of great anytime that they get included on physical media releases. It's a bit bizarre that we're kind of seeing so many labels starting to do kind of quite disparate releases of Shaw Brothers titles, often with seemingly no rhyme or reason as to which ones they're picking, but I kind of like the fact that they've gone in with some pretty obscure titles. Particularly glad that The Monkey Goes West has finally got a Blu-ray release. In fact, all 3 of these have never had a Blu-ray release before, so it's kind of great that we're getting them onto Blu-ray. We'll let you know what I think of The Snake Prince and Vengeance of a Snow Girl, but stoked to be able to finally see The Monkey Goes West in decent quality. I had the old Celestial, this one here, which was the only time that I've ever had a chance to see the movie, and it is pretty good fun, kind of for quite an early film, because this one's think 1966 for The Monkey Goes West. It's pretty inventive, and the effects are actually not as bad as you would expect from a late 60s era film. These ones a little bit later. Snake Prince is the kind of the newest, if you like, from 1976. And Vengeance of a Snow Girl comes in at 1971. So yeah, kind of interesting spread of time from the Shaw Brothers archives. But let me know if these are movies that you're going to be picking up, if you're interested to kind of pick up their horror box set, or if you're just happy that more labels are bringing us Shaw Brothers movies. I know your wallets probably aren't, but that's it. We'll keep it short and relatively sweet today. I've been the Fanatical Dragon. Do please click the red button and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. You can help me out a bunch on my journey towards 5k. But that's it. I will see you on the next one. Take care.